I'm live. It's really funny on this end of things when you guys start a live stream on YouTube if you've never done it before. Oh, look at my funny hair today. Um, that if you um, start the live stream, it says on the screen as you're beginning, you're going live, and then it says you're live like that, which is why I always say I'm live because it just announces it to be on the screen every time. Well, welcome to Growing Gratitude. I'm Becca Lori Hector. We have made it outside. We are at Growing Gratitude in the outdoors. I'm really excited. I'm gonna cheat my camera up a little bit if I can for you guys. There you go. So fall has arrived. I'm in my fall plaid outside. It's a really gorgeous day out. It's a little chilly, but like that comfortable chilly. I really love this weather, and the weather from now until like November is kind of my favorite. It is beautiful here. The colors are turning. We have not yet had our peak colors yet here in Maine. They are still a couple weeks away, but where I am in Maine anyway. But it is really really just epically beautiful out today. So I'm here. The dogs are here. You can't see them because they're sleeping like, I don't know, there. That's where they're sleeping. But maybe everyone will get up and walk around. Right now, they're having little shade naps. So we'll see. Any case, good morning, Bill. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it. I love seeing you on Mondays. It really takes a day that for me, which Mondays have always kind of been yuck for me. And I think for a lot of people, it really takes the day and kind of puts me in a really good mindset for the week. And I really appreciate that we're doing this on Mondays together. So I've also done this thing and I'm going to try something right now. I'm going to move this microphone. So I've done this crazy thing. Sorry for all this yuck noise right now. Okay. I am doing, I moved my microphone. So I'm going to see because the last couple of live streams, I felt like the sound wasn't so great. So I moved my microphone. I'm trying a different microphone and we'll see if that works. Because I'm trying to capture some clips from the things that we're doing here and talking about, try and spread the word a little bit about what I'm up about and what I talk about here. In any case, so we'll see. I hope the sound is better for you guys. This week I'm feeling pretty good. The weather has changed. I had a really, really good weekend and I think that I have mastered or learned, not mastered. Let's not say that word. That's not humble at all. I have figured out another clue into how to better utilize my weekends and my time off for rest in a way that makes sense for my brain and is also revitalizing. So here's the thing, right? One of those weird things that I have in my head, I guess, from that I've absorbed through my lifetime is that Sundays are for rest. And I think we were given that from religion. It was really an organized religion sentiment that Sundays are for rest and doing nothing else. And that's not true for all of us. Yes, it's a day off, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the meaning of Sunday. And I think for most of my life, I really allowed Sunday to be this day where I did my chores for the beginning of the week, where I did my best to sneak in as much doing nothingness as I could before I had to go back to work and all of this stuff. But I've solved this problem. We tried an experiment this weekend. And I did two things. First, I decided that I wanted to float a little more with my weekend, right? And not really make too many decisions about what I wanted to do and in that very hustly way that I usually do. Like, oh, Saturday's free. What should we do? Let's do something. We should go do something and not just sit around, which is, again, that sentiment, again, around rest, that I should be doing something, right? So this weekend instead, we decided to tackle our errands on Friday and get them over with, all of our adult chores on Friday. Then Saturday, rebels that we are, we didn't do nothing day on Saturday. That's what we decided to do. And then yesterday was our adventure day. So Sunday was our adventure day. And what that made me feel like was, hey, I'm not just wasting this last day of the weekend. I'm actually doing something that's joyful. And I'm doing some, like something fun and something away from the house to see new things and to have more input from out there. And that's what we did. So yesterday we went apple picking. If you are, I guess, interested enough in what I'm doing that you follow me on Facebook, you may have seen our apple picking photos. But it was a really great day. There was a baby donkey. That was all I could think about. We got there, and I know I struggle with petting stuffs, with especially with lots of kids and big events like that, because I feel so sad for the animals that they can't like escape the children. But besides that, we really had some like they had some goats and they had some pumpkins and there was a little store and they had the donkeys. And I have to tell you guys that I'm obsessed with donkeys. I just love their big fat nose. I don't know. I just love them. And there was a baby donkey. Okay. I had my autismness just went poof out of my body. Like at 1 second, I was a perfectly mature adult, getting our food to go and to getting ready to go pick our apples. And then I saw the baby and I was like a child instantly. It was pure autistic joy. And I just ran to the donkey and we pet the donkey. And then sure enough, by the end of our day, when we were walking back to the car, that little donkey baby was like in the middle of the pen, as far away from all the touching hands as you could get. And I was like, I vibe you, baby donkey. I vibe you. I know that feeling. I will not come over and touch in this moment. So I didn't go and do that, but we had a great time. We picked some apples. We walked a bunch. It was a beautiful day. I got to take some really amazing photos. So I think that is the key to Sunday for me, is just really capturing that last spirit and to take that energy of like wanting to make the most of my weekend and turn it into an adventure. So that's cool. You got to give me a second because I got to move my chair. I can't believe it. The sun is chasing me and I'm going to die. Okay. I'm moving, turning. Dog beds. And the microphone fell. I'm really in great shape today. I know. This is going to be a fun one to try and capture something good from. Here I am working on the sound and I'm just dropping everything. Anyway. Oh, that's Gus. Now you can see Gus. That's why I had to move for Gus. So here we are. Ready to talk about this week's gratitudes and what went on. So obviously, giant gratitude to figuring out this weekend situation and how to make the most of it for myself and for my family. And I think this is it for us. We're going to do that. And then we're going to try it again next weekend and see if it works twice. That is always the tell. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today was this big thought that I had come to me over this past like 4 or 5 days, I want to say, where I was like, I've been working on realigning, right? I've been working on the fact that I'm feeling close to burnout. Something is off. Why is that? Well, and I started to have these inclinations of, wait, I haven't really done anything joyful in some time. And so I was like, oh, let me start to think in that area, what's going on about that, hence apple picking. But also, a bigger thought that came out of that as we were kind of coming to that place of like, okay, let's try this Sunday adventure. I realized that what I've done to misalign, and I can't believe I figured it out in this really weird way. And I was just in the car. There was no reason for these thoughts to come. And that's what I want you to take away from it, I guess, is that if you pay attention to all of the things, right, that we talk about, that I talk about, and trying to get realigned, eventually the spot where you are having the issue will make itself known in some way in your thoughts. If you pay attention, right, if you allow yourself to spend time alone with your thoughts, right? And so in this drive, of course, we spend a lot of time together, Antonio and I, and so we don't always talk in the car. And so I was just watching everything kind of go by, and I realized exactly what happened to me. So in an effort, so we did the big move, and in an effort to sort of get us back into a routine and kind of get us all back together now that we were moved and re kind of gather ourselves in the new home, I think I stepped out of alignment when I took my responsibilities too seriously. So that for those of you that don't know, Antonio only works part-time. I work 2 full-time jobs, this job, and then of course another job that I work. And so I am the main breadwinner because I need Antonio's help to be my support person. And so that's how we kind of work out our lives and whatnot. And that's been kind of challenging. But so I think I was like, oh, it's my responsibility to make sure that the income is coming into the house. And so I started to put all of my like manifestation and alignment energy and all of that, those thoughts, right, into my career. Does anybody else, can you hear it coming? Because as soon as I thought that, I went, oh my God, I figured it out. And so because I put all of my energy into that, and it was a survival move, not to say it was a wrong move because it worked, right? It was a survival move, but I forgot to go back. right? Like I forgot to stop doing that. And so for the last almost 2 years, I have been almost entirely focused on my career, right? Entirely focused on making good choices for that, working on the social media for that, thinking about what topics I want to do, creating presentations, hustling for clients, doing all of these things, right? Because it's my responsibility in our family to be the main breadwinner, right? Antonio has other responsibilities that I am not responsible for, thank God. Okay. And so at some point, though, we needed to move out of survival mode, right? Like once we were here 6 to 8 months, right? I should have started to say, okay, we're all settled in. I can start to bring myself back to center. And I did not. I did not. I stayed really focused on my career, and I know why, because that's where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable doing my work. I'm comfortable in my office personality. I have a lot of control over what happens in my career. Not the best of control, not all the control, but I have a good chunk of control, and that's a safety place for me. I don't have control over, a lot of the other things in my life that play out, like how we're going to start to fix up this house or how we're going to get ourselves organized to clear the trees so that we can put a house further back on the property and all of the things that I want for me and for us and not for the autism community or for my autism career, right? That I haven't given any love to in the past couple of years. Like really, it's been like in the beginning, it was a good balance. We were motivated to do things around the house, but now that like all the emergent things are done, it's been really. I've been very heavily focused on trying to achieve financial success and financial stability, and also stabilize my career. Right. And in doing that, I let myself fall off balance, you guys. I stopped doing things that I enjoy. And even though I enjoy doing my job, and it's why I do my job, there has to be more to my life than that in order to create some kind of balance. Otherwise, I'm recreating my own roller coaster, literally, where I'm working, 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 and then I just crash and I need to recover. And I don't want to do that this time. I don't want to do it ever again. I really set forward on this journey with self-defined living to not do that anymore, to get off the roller coaster and create the balance. And this is where the misalignment is, right? It's so clear to me that this is where I have stepped off, that I have forgotten that the whole reason that I'm working so hard is to live this life that's behind me. And in the working so hard, I forgot to do the living of the life. And I miss it. I miss building things around our house and caring about painting our windowsills, which I've had the paint for over a year and a half and haven't done because I've been so tired from focusing so much on my work, right? So it's not working. See, it's not long-term sustainable. It worked, right? It worked for the survival period that I let go on for too long. And because I let it go on for too long, I've been in this weird lane for these last few months, feeling like I'm close to burnout, right? And it makes sense. Of course, you're totally imbalanced. You're not filling up, right? Like I'm giving out all the time in my career, but I'm not filling myself up enough with other things so that I have more to give, right? I saw this great meme this weekend that talked about how we think about rest. Do I deserve rest? Have I earned my rest? We talk about that. I want to say to you, this meme said, you don't have to earn rest. What you have to say to yourself is, did I rest enough to show up meaningfully to work in my life? What? That's mind blowing to me. Shut up. Right? That is mind blowing to me. I am going to be living that. I'm embedding that into my life. Like we talk about mantras and I talk about little things. I have notes, like little post-it notes of my own all over this stupid computer, right? And all over my desk. And they are all little mantras and reminders. And this is yet another one, right? This is yet another one. Rest has to be the priority, not the work and all of those things. And if I am well rested enough, I may then do that meaningful work, because when I'm not doing that, those things aren't being done well either, right? And so now I'm at this place where I'm starting to question, am I even doing my work well, because I'm so tired? And here we are. That is the burnout cycle. And so I'm stopping it here. I caught it. And this is me very much taking accountability for that. And I'm going to keep myself accountable by continuing to talk about that on live stream and all of those things and continuing to recreate that balance. It began this weekend for me, kind of resetting the weekend, and deciding to, like, even though I was tired and could have laid on the couch for yet another day, right? But I went out and I did something that filled me up, and man, did it fill me. It was so great. It was just a really fun thing. And I've moved up here to be around those kinds of fun things. And because I've been so focused on work, I have not been doing all of those fun things. So to shifts and changes, to recognizing misalignment, and to heading towards rebalance. Because God damn it, I don't want to do that roller coaster again. I really don't. It's just not my jam. I really far prefer this really stable, balanced life. And so I'm going to work really hard to get back to it. And with that, I'm going to close up today's Growing Gratitude. And I hope that I've inspired you to start thinking about things in your life that are challenging and what motivates you through them. How do you get through them and figure out your way to the other side? Because ultimately, that's what I'm grateful for. Ultimately, my overarching gratitudes are for the ability to even have these conversations. It's quite a privilege. I used to live so in survival mode that I didn't have the privilege of thinking about realigning my life or when things got bad. They were just always bad. And so I'm grateful to be here in it. I'm living a life right now that I never imagined that I would have. So I have to recenter. And I got here by doing things a certain way. I got here by using the tools that I created for self-defined living. And I'm back at them and it's working. And I'm going to get myself together again and refocused. And I think you're going to see that change in my content. I've already started to make some of those shifts because it was just dragging me down. It was just pulling my vibration down. And on that is what I say. Just on anything dragging your vibrations down. Not for me. It's time for me to pick back up where I left off before we moved. And recreate that balance. So that's what I'm going to be working on for myself this week. That is my gratitudes for this week. I am grateful for my apple picking journey, grateful for having figured out a little bit better what weekends are for me and how to get through them. I am grateful for being able to be outside today with you guys and super grateful to have shared this chat with you. I remind you in this moment to please don't miss my live streams. I do them every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern right here on my channel. So please make sure you subscribe and also head down to the description of the video where I have all of my linkalulus for you, where you can click about and find my book and find the course that I just talked about and find my website and all of these other things. And I love hearing from you. So please make sure to come and join in chat. Please make sure that you leave me messages wherever you follow me, and don't hesitate to reach out. I love hearing from you guys. And I hope that this motivates you to look for the gratitudes that you have from the week past and what it is that you're going to look forward to doing and getting through and focusing on in the week ahead. I will see you guys next Monday at 11:30. And until then, I remind you, please take care of your meat suit, take care of your headspace, and please, please, please keep an eye out for all of those glimmers. They are truly the things that fill us up and keep us going. There is something about Donkey's Bill. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week, and I'll see you guys then too. Have a good one.